Scott, free to be here. Shout out to Neil Danaher, a famous Aussie footballer, humanitarian who unfortunately died recently of MND, but he's probably down in history as doing the most for that disease. So anyone around the world who wants to find out more about Neil Danaher, look him up, and I'm sure you'll find him and the big freeze, and hopefully raise money for MND. But what I wanted to talk about today was especially with brains and how we organise them. I thought a good analogy is we should organise our brains in some ways like our email. If anyone's ever come back from leave or in an office job or whatever to a fucked up email that's got spam coming in, it's all unorganised, you've got to go through each email, filter it. I don't know if you're like me, but you put them into folders and categorise, and that's just so we can organise. So I like to think our brains are a little bit the same. So when we don't organise or put maintenance into our brain or take some time off to reflect and journal, I think our subconscious brain can get scattered, and especially because we can't see it. It's a little bit different, I suppose, to the email. But spam comes in, if you watch too many episodes of maths, if you live in Australia, or too much junk that just you scroll or doom scroll, and you don't filter your what information goes in, then often it can be full of shit. And that affects us. It affects us, how we perform. It affects our mood. So I think a good analogy I like to say is we should look after our brains a little bit like our emails, and we can do that by taking time to journal, to reflect, look at how we're feeling, what's triggering us, listen deep down in here to our intuition a bit more. And it's really is finding that time so we're not living in that survival mode, and we're starting to, because I think if you get a healthy mind, the rest follows. Once you deal with some of the issues that you might be suppressing or keeping inside, and not allowing time to go for a walk and get out in nature and journal, then I think things can get on top of us, just like our emails can be full of shit and not functioning very well, which means we don't function very well. You'll fall behind in your job, you fall behind in how you're performing, just like as your email. You miss things that you should, and you get a heap of shit that you shouldn't. So I think our brains, we should maintain similar. That's it.